Hello, welcome everyone. How are you all doing? So let's begin. So I just wanted to be brief. Firstly, welcome everyone and thank you for joining the session on AWS reInvent Recap 2024. Last year's reInvent was packed with exciting announcement, deep dives, and hands-on insights into evolving cloud ecosystem. So in this session, basically, we will specifically focus on two key areas: AML and containers. Not everything that happened in reInvent, so we're going to be short. And these topics have been at the heart of innovation on AWS, and this year's updates continue to push the boundaries and what's possible in cloud computing. So I'll highlight the major announcement, explain the impact, share some insights, probably how you can basically benefit on your workloads. About keep it brief, so don't worry, we're not going to go into detail, but focusing on AML, AIML, and containers. So those of you who are new or not familiar with reInvent, I just want to give a brief on what reInvent is. So reInvent is about learning, is a learning conference hosted by AWS for the global cloud computing community. The in-person event is basically an in-person event hosted in Vegas. So it features keynote announcements, training, certification opportunities, access to more than 2,000 technical sessions, the expo after hours events, and so much more. So who should be updating this reInvent? So it's ideal for any people who want to transform their businesses with the cloud, hear the latest innovations with AWS, explore new technology, and anyone who wishes to level up their cloud journey, like cloud computing skills and advance their careers. Yeah. So, what is it for developers and our AWS community? It's a week of learning, connecting, and celebrating. It's a very useful event because I was there personally. It's a very good thing to connect with our fellow developers and other community members, exchange your views. Very smart people. It's really a good thing. That happens every year. It's worth going there as well. So some of the keynotes are noteworthy, like deep dive, breakout sessions from hundreds of interactive booths at the expo. It's a massive. The Venetian and surrounding resorts are massive, so it's a good opportunity to do. And at the same time, you can party and enjoy the live music and dancing around. So AWS reInvent is a career-changing experience. You won't want to miss it for sure. Maybe those of you want planning to attend this year. So, but it is a way more than growing your technical skills. It's a place to meet new friends, colleagues. I don't know, partnership. If you have new startup ideas, business ideas, it's a good place to network and collaborate with high caliber, smart people around there, and hopefully it works out for you guys as well. So it's really, really useful thing to do. So just a few stats on last year reInvent. Approximately 60,000 attendees on site. It's growing year on year. So, and a bit more, 400,000 online watching the keynotes and leadership sessions. Throughout the week, AWS hosted approximately 900 sessions delivered by almost 3,500 speakers. So, and the whole pre-reinvent and no reinvent, the pre-reinvent is the period where before the reinvent starts, and the reinvent period is where during the reinvent. So AWS service teams released around 546 updates, I think. So that's about October to December last year. So for the pre-reinvent, so between like October to November 30th have been 422 announcements, and during the reinvent it's like 124 releases. So those numbers maybe should give you an insight how big this event is. So, and the number of announcements shows why such initiative like AWS reInvent recaps are also important. So that if you miss something, this is the opportunity for you to just get heads up. So yeah, so those are the updates. Oh, one of my favorite session each year is the final keynote that's delivered by Dr. Von Vogels on Thursday. He's a VP and CTO of Amazon. So here are the main themes and takeaways that I learned personally from his keynote. So he started the talk by making a closure to his keynote in 2012, and surprisingly, all principles that he presented back then aged pretty well. So our industry is constantly evolving, hence we observe evolution of software architectures as well. So evolution is fundamental for adoption and improvement, and will happen anyway. So it depends on us how we will prepare for that, right? So in his keynote, he gone through a lot of detail on this evolution of this architectures, and yeah, how we have to adapt. It's pretty interesting. So the big topic of the keynote was complexity around management, how to reduce that, you simplify things, and yeah, AWS as a vendor, how it's embracing the burden of complexity of its customers. Uh, yeah, it's pretty interesting though. These are some of the launch summaries. Don't worry about it. It's not so visible at the more point of time, but I'm going to share the PDFs at the end of the uh, event. So each one of you will receive the highlights of what happened. So don't worry about it. That's around few of the key launch summaries. So I just quickly skip them. Right. So are you ready then? Fasten your seatbelts and let's recap, I guess. So yeah, first thing I start with Party Rock because this is one of my favorite tool when they first launched it. I mean, in the beta, as a hero, we have a privilege to basically play around and test it before it goes to public. So I personally like it a lot because Party of those of you who don't know, it gives you an ability to build AI application apps just in a finger of strip. You prompt basically you type in what you want, and basically Party builds that for you using generative AI behind the scenes. It's like an Amazon Bedrock playground basically. So and then gives your application up and running in no time. It's pretty powerful. Those of you who don't have or haven't played around recently, I would definitely suggest, yeah, use it. And there are a few interesting things updates since it launched. So the important update is for the people experimenting with generative AI who love Party Rock or who want to start. I would suggest to do it. It offers free daily usage. Previously, it was not the case. So it offers free trial period for a limited time. Starting 2025, all the users will have a recurring free daily usage granted, so with no credit card required, so which is a great bonus for the students who want to learn. So it's really advantage for you guys to get your hands on and yeah, play around with Party Rock. Also, you can now search and explore hundreds and thousands of apps in Party Rock and a catalog, so which you can also use straight away and find the right app for your use case or category or functionality. Relevant and popular apps are highlighted to showcase the creativity of the community. Results includes app reviews and last modified date and help you to pick like what best for you. And you can do much more with documents, including uploading, processing, multi documents simultaneously, make it easier to build apps that handle batch processing, document compression, comparison, and content aggregation. So, yeah, definitely worth checking it out. Yeah, this is something which for like students or who are in the unis or who basically under served learners. It's pretty important to understand that AWS has made a significant positive impact on communities through various education and skill building initiatives. The AWS AI and MI scholarship program has awarded $28 million to around 6,000 students. So, which is a huge support for the community, for the student community. I would definitely encourage you to scan the QR code, get the blog post, and if you are in a rock, in your AI ML learning, or if you're interested in the scholarship program, please do apply. The Machine Learning University MLU helps community colleagues and HBCUs teach data management, AI, ML to address opportunity gaps for underserved students through the AWS Future Engineering Program. They basically have $46 million, I think, in scholarships, and also have been awarded to 1,150 students since 2021, with 2.1 million students receiving 17 million hours of STEM education last year. So that's a lot. So it's a huge support from AWS, and really appreciate that as well. For the community, it's really beneficial. And you also achieve a goal of providing free cloud training for 29 million people by 2025, a year ahead of the schedule. So basically, that's a great achievement. And there's also something called AWS Education Equity Initiative that supports underserved learners who are not as privileged as some of us, unfortunately. So they can have $100 million in AWS credits, I mean, across, and expertise from socially minded organizations creating digital learning solutions. So the more details, I'll basically share the blogspot and the links after the event. So don't worry if you didn't catch that. It's pretty useful for the student communities and who are like underserved learners. Right. So now, I mean, I just want to give a pause and just check the chat and make sure everything is fine. Yeah, I think you can hear me well. You can see me well. That's good. Just whoever joined, please drop a note from which country you joined. Say hello, and yeah, please feel free to drop a chat. And I also dropped a feedback link in the beginning of the chat, so please feel free to, yeah, please fill the feedback before you end of the event. So I have some AWS credits, $25, $50 credits, and HashiCorp exam vouchers, which you can use for Terraform, Vault, and Console exams, associate exams. So for help you to climb your cloud journey, actually. So yeah. Right. So back to the topic, Dan. So let's focus on like containers. I will skip some of the compute ones, but let's focus on containers, which is my favorite subject. So if Amazon ECS target tracking and step scaling policies are effective in scaling your services, I was playing around with Amazon ECS since the launch. It is one of my favorite container tool, to be honest. So less complexity. I mean, now they added up a lot of functionality to support ECS, but I know this tool since the launch, and it is one of my container favorite tool actually. So it simplifies a lot. It helps a lot, and yeah. So what's new? What's new about it, right? So scaling policies is something you need to check about this predictive scaling. So now with AI, it's quite easy to integrate that sort of capability. So this approach basically provides time for new task replicas to initialize before the demand occurs. So yeah, so it continuously basically learns using advanced ML algorithms trained on millions of data points, so which is pretty good. So this solution works alongside with other reactive scaling policies, making sure the high availability by addressing both predicted and real-time demand changes. Predictive scaling doesn't trigger scale-ins based on predictions, which helps maintain the necessary capacity during unexpected demand surges. So you have scale-in with use of reactive and or schedule policies. So there's a nice blog on this. So if you want to scan and do that, or I will share the link afterwards. So don't worry about it. So a lot of things happening on the EC2 side. I will just skip the compute part and I'll just focus on the containers. So a lot of future dated capacity reservations. I will share the blog for that. New instances for EC2 every year. They stepping up. They introduce Graviton. Now it's Graviton 4 now. So new, bigger, and faster instances, especially for GPU powered instances. For now, AI requires a lot of GPU powered instances, so it's a good improvement. Oh, this is my favorite as a container hero, right? So this was I was really looking forward to. I was talking to the service teams since last year, and this is one of my favorite, EKS Auto Mode. So Amazon EKS Automotive, I mean, those are familiar with Kubernetes. They understand this. It's pretty complex to maintain the cluster management, compute storage, and networking. So basically, EKS Automotive is a new capability to streamline this Kubernetes cluster management for all compute, storage, and networking, from provisioning to ongoing maintenance with a single click, which is really great actually. So I was really impressed with this thing. And yeah, it's not only initially provisions the cluster by selecting the optimal compute instances, but also dynamically scaling your resources. So continuously optimizing the cost, managing the core add-ons, patching operating systems, integrating with AWS services, a lot, yeah. So when I was working on a container product back in the system, so this is one of the challenge we faced in the product development. And voila, there you go. So we have a one-click solution now, which take care of all that with a EKS Automate. So it also expands operational responsibility. In addition to the EKS control plane, AWS will configure, manage, secure AWS infrastructure in EKS clusters that your application needs to run. So basically, it takes away all the burden from your DevOps or dev team, and AWS basically look after it. It's really one of the best feature for AWS released yeah for this reinvent. If you want to learn more, please scan that, or I will share your blog post link for after this event. Oh, and this EKS hybrid nodes. So another interesting update for EKS is the new feature in which you can use to attach your on-prem like edge infrastructure to your nodes to EKS, not just running in the cloud. So basically, it's a hybrid nodes. So this way, you can basically unify Kubernetes management across your across cloud and on-prem environments, and take the advantage of the scale availability of Amazon EKS in all places, in the places where your application need to run. So it's really good one, and I really like this feature as well personally. You can use your existing on-prem hardware. You don't have to basically host in AWS, which are running. So while offloading the responsibility and managing the Kubernetes control planes to EKS, so basically EKS can manage that, conserving a lot of on-prem capacity for your workloads. So another interesting thing, I mean, it's not container related, but I would like to say is the EVS service, Amazon EVS, so Elastic VMware service. It's quite interesting because EVS as a new service, it basically helps customers to run any easy to bare metal instances within Amazon VPC, helping them basically quickly migrate VMware based VMs to AWS. Like, it helps a lot while keeping the same familiar like VCF stack. They already use on premises, so it's pretty easy to migrate to AWS. So AWS has announced the Amazon EVS will launch in the preview at reInvent 24 for pre-selected customers and partners. But yeah, if you're interested, you can basically have reach out to your service partners or TAMs. They can help you out. Yeah, that's something interesting. So the next one is again Trinium EC2 instances. I just want to skip it. It's more powerful EC2 compute options for ML training. Yeah, Trinium 2 chips. It's more advanced now, so a lot of features, a lot of functionalities. You can check that out in a blog post later. But I'll just skip it for now. So there are other announcements. So providing CEKS, basically simplifying IAM permissions, which is also a very good feature. Enhancing the control plane monitoring, that also one of my favorite one. Right. So before I jump into analytics, I just want to check quick chat. All good. Cool. So sorry if I'm going in a pace that you're skipping something. Don't worry about it because I want to keep it very high level. But there's a PDF which I'm going to share it across with all of you guys, which you can go through all the uh, hope reinvent announcements at your own time. So don't worry about it if you skip or miss something. So analytics this year is basically a significant batch of updates. AI is buzzing everywhere. The whole world is talking about AI. There's a lot of things going on in AI. So yeah. So don't be surprised if there's a lot of things coming on there. So this announcement, so basically, MSK. So it's basically a Apache Kafka, so managed streaming service for Apache Kafka. So it was there, but what's new about it is basically a new broker type they introduced. So Express Brokers for MSK. It's designed to deliver the three times more throughput per broker, scales up to 20 times faster, and reduces recovery down by 90%. So something who uses Kafka APIs is, I think it supports Kafka APIs, and also uh, it's low latency performance, yeah, stuff like that. I haven't tested myself, so I just keep it that to that. Those of you are interested, yeah, please go and see if the cluster sizing, how it helps you for ingress, egress, throughputs, performance, related stuff. So you can check it out. Uh, CDC is basically a chain data capture. So there's a new functionality with the data again. So I just want to skip it. So, but it's pretty interesting if you guys want to see how it's. If you're into databases, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and you're running on RDS, Aurora, or an EC2 instances, so basically it works on all of them. So it's worth checking it out. Throughput increase in KDS, so Kinesis data streams. So now automatically scales to support streaming applications that write up to 10 gigabits per second per stream, so which is a lot, and consumer that read up to 20 gigabits per second per stream. So this is basically a 5x increase from the previously supported limits of 2 gigabits and 4 gigabits for readers. So pretty massive improvement there. So again, Apache Spark in LBS GUI, so a lot of AI integration there. So I just want to skip it, but those of you interested, just please go through that blog. You understand how you migrate from 4 to 5 Glue version. Yeah, how you want to upgrade, modernize your Spark applications. So please go to that. AWS clean room updates. So basically, these are few important updates for pre-invent. AWS announced basically clean rooms, ML custom modeling, which basically enables organizations to generate predictive insights with their partners, running their own machine learning models and using their data in a clean room collaboration. So with this launch, companies now they can and their partners can train ML models and run interference, inference, and collective data sets without having to share sensitive data and proprietary models. So especially in Europe and I know US, UK, there's a lot of strict data regulations. So this was something which you guys want to explore if you want to jump into ML, this machine learning training, and get our hands dirty on models and stuff like that. This is one way to do it. So SageMaker. So from now on, AWS Amazon SageMaker is unified experience for data analytics and AI that brings together widely adopted Amazon machine learning and analytic capabilities. Basically, they integrated a lot of AI ML capabilities for SageMaker. So the previous Amazon SageMaker has been renamed to Amazon SageMaker AI, as you can imagine, a lot of AI, and continues to be standalone service for building and training and deploying AI ML models at scale. So the next generation SageMaker includes basically virtually all of the components needed for data exploration, preparation and integration, petabyte scale, big data processing, fast SQL analytics, model development, and training and generative AI. So at the center of all this, Amazon SageMaker Unified Studio, which also provides an integrated experience to use all your data and tools for analytics and AI. So customers can now discover their data and put it to work using familiar AWS tools for model development, generative AI, big data processing, and SQL analytics. So a lot of capabilities include, SageMaker Unified Studio. It's a public review now, so use all your data and tools for analytics. SageMaker Lakehouse. So if you want data lake, so you have unified data across Amazon S3 data lakes, Redshift, federated data sources. Data and AI governance. So discover, basically govern and collaborate on data. uh, on AI securely on Amazon SageMaker catalog, built on Amazon Data Zone. There are a lot of things: model development, generative AI app development. So using Bedrock, Amazon Bedrock, SQL analytics, data processing. So a lot of features here. So it's something which you guys might want to check if you're interested into AI and ML. So SageMaker Lakehouse. So we briefly chat basically the SageMaker Unified Studio. So this is something you want to explore more. So it basically takes the S3 tables and a mechanism that powers Amazon Redshift, named Redshift Managed Storage (RMS), and yeah, basically it SageMaker Lakehouse basically underneath the scenes that basically uses all these S3 tables and mechanism Redshift and all that RMS. So SageMaker layouts, you can define fine-grained permissions as well, centrally enforced across multiple AWS services. So the Lakehouse can query the Amazon SageMaker Unified Studio and also engines such as EMR, AWS Glue, Amazon Redshift, Apache Spark, compatible engines, Amazon Athena, AWS Glue Data Catalog, and yeah, stuff like that. So in addition to seamlessly accessing data from your existing data lakes and data warehouses, you can also use Zero ETL from operational databases such as Aurora, RDS, and MySQL, Amazon DynamoDB as well. So it's pretty useful for people who are into this data lakes. So Glue have a new version 5. It's a lot of improved performance, security, and yeah, might want to check this out if you're using a lot of um, features on Glue. Amazon Q in QuickSight. So we received a new capability that helps users platform scenario analysis to find answers to complex problems quickly. So since the launch Amazon Q, I think they improved a lot. They integrated to a lot of services, and this basically assisted by AI, data analysis, and experience. This helps your business users to find answers to complex problems by guiding them step by step through in-depth data analysis and suggesting analytical approaches, automatically analyzing data, summarizing findings with suggested actions, all of the above using natural language prompts. You basically ask natural language prompts, and then basically the queue will do the magic. And this capability expands upon existing data Q&A capabilities of Amazon QuickSight. So business professionals can basically start their analysis by simply asking a question. So if you want to learn more, just check out the blog, or you're going to receive it in a PDF at the end of the session anyway. So data tracking on AWS tools. So from this reInvent, you can count on general availability of data lineage on Amazon Data Zone. So this feature is also extended as part of catalog capabilities in next generation of Amazon SageMaker, a unified platform for data analytics and AI. So it's open lineage, compatible, and works with AWS Glue, Redshift to allow automatic capture of lineage, events from AWS Glue and Redshift. I have to you basically have to opt in because some of your jobs or connections might be testing, might be for testing, and you might need not any lineage to be captured. So you just want to check it out. So that's on the data zone. The few more announcements uh, we can capture. Right. So machine learning AI and generative AI. So this is the AI era with, yeah, no surprise that service catalog related to machine learning AI and generative AI received the biggest number of updates and broadest coverage this year for sure. So start with Bedrock, right? So everything starts way before reinvent when Amazon Bedrock received an update with the preview launch of prompt optimization. So this feature basically rewrites prompts for higher quality responses from a subset of available in Bedrock foundational models. It can now rewrite prompts for improved performance on Claude, Sonnet 3.5, Claude, Sonnet, a lot of LLMs, Claude Opus, Claude Haiku, Llama. Mistral, Titan. These are all the some premium models. So developer can now easily compare the performance of optimized prompts against the original prompts without the need of any deployment. So all optimized prompts are saved as part of the prompt builder for developers to use for their generative AI applications. So everything started a way before reInvent when Bedrock received an update here with the preview. So this feature, realize you can see all that. As you can see, just kind of a demo, as you can see that. And when you run it, so basically you can see the test window. So this is what we are talking about. And you can optimize it. It's basically generating an optimized prompt based on what your prompt is, and then yeah, so basically it creates a summarized announcement. And now the prompt is rewritten again, you see, and it created a summary nicely. Yeah, pretty useful. So the visual builder in Amazon Bedrock, previously known as Amazon Bedrock Prompt Flows, so received a new updated name. So it's called Amazon Bedrock Flows now, and two new capabilities: enhanced safety, so people who are worried about security, ability to filter out harmful content and also unwanted topics for prompt and knowledge-based more nodes powered by Amazon Bedrock guardrails. So the guardrails are now supported in two types of nodes. So prompt node, so define and enforce controls over your FM interactions. Uh, Knowledge-based node, apply guardrails to responses generated from your knowledge base. So also there's enhanced traceability, so ability to quickly validate and debug workflows with traceability of input and output, and also inline validations. So you can gain comprehensive visibility into your workflow execution, quickly pinpoint errors through detailed traceability support for input output, complete execution path information showing the input output execution time, errors of each node, inline validation status of nodes in a visual builder. So that's pretty useful as well. So Amazon SageMaker inference that allows endpoints to scale to zero instances during the periods of inactivity, so thus saving you cost. This feature can significantly reduce costs for running interference and using AI models, making it particularly beneficial for applications with variable traffic patterns, so like chatbots, content moderation systems, or generative AI use cases. So you might want to check this. Amazon Q Business. So Amazon Q Business Service is basically now announced like nine different announcements, mostly around connectors, integrations, releasing browser extensions, private sharing in Q apps, data collection in Q apps. So you might want to check uh, news links, which I'm going to share after the event. So for a detailed analysis, the lot going into this. Uh, there's more to it. So, however, the service team did not stop there. So throughout the reinvent, they announced four additional capabilities. So ranging from 50 plus actions, integration with various tools like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and others. So workflow automation capability and ability to use Q index. You can see on the prompt there, Q business. So additionally, Q business can now offer capability to answer questions, extend exact insights from visual elements embedded within your the documents. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So if you want to explore more, again, check out the blog post. Right, with a plethora of updates for Amazon Bedrock announced in T keynote, there are a few others announced during the reinvent that are worth your attention. So basically, with support for custom connectors and ingestion of streaming data in Amazon Bedrock knowledge bases. support for re-ranking the models for Bedrock knowledge bases. Bedrock knowledge bases now supports RAG evaluation. It's in the preview. Bedrock model evaluation now includes LLM as a judge. That's also a preview. Interesting thing to check it out. Amazon Bedrock model distillation is a new capability now announced in the preview that automates the process of creating a distill model for your specific use case by generating responses from a large foundation model uh, called as a teacher model and fine tunes a smaller FM foundation model called a student model with the generated responses. So it uses basically a data synthesis techniques to improve response from a teacher model. Amazon Bedrock then hosts the final distill model for interface inference, giving you a faster and more cost-effective model with accuracy close to the teacher model for your use case. So I have tested myself, but I'm really interested to give it a go. So I want to basically also test this model. It supports Meta, Anthropic, Amazon models, and with varying sizes of teacher and student. But yeah, you can check out the blog post. So AWS becomes the first and only major cloud provider to integrate automated reasoning in your generative AI offerings. So, automated reasoning is the field of computer science that uses mathematical proofs and logical deduction to verify the behavior of systems and programs. So, automated reasoning basically differs from a machine learning ML, which makes predictions. In that, it provides mathematical guarantees about a system's behavior. So AWS is already using automated reasoning in key service areas such as storage, networking, visualization, identity, and cryptography. For example, automated reasoning is used for formally verify the correctness of cryptographic implementations, improving both performance and also development speed. So now AWS is applying similar approach to generative AI, so introducing automated reasoning checks, which is in preview by the way. So which is the a first and only generative AI safeguard that helps prevent factual errors due to hallucinations using logically accurate and verifiable reasoning that explains why generative AI responses are correct. So it does that by creating a rule-based policies based on provided intents and prompts. Then, when evaluating responses coming from the model, evaluate its correctness using mathematical proofs based on the prepared policies. I mean, it's a lot of AI technical jargon there. So just if you're into Bedrock, guardrail security, if your company is looking for implementing this automated reasoning, this is something which you want to check it out. So sometimes to handle a complex task, you need more than just one agent. So you can create additional specialized agents to address different aspects of the process. However, managing these agents becomes technically challenging as tasks grow in complexity. So as a developer using open source solutions, you may find yourself navigating complexities of agent orchestration, session handling, memory management, and other technical aspects that require manual implementation. So that's why Amazon Bedrock team announced a fully managed capability where you can build, deploy, and manage multiple AI agents working together on a complex multi-step tasks that require specialized skills. So within the solution, specialized agents work within their domains of expertise, coordinated by supervisor agent. So the supervisor breaks down requests, delegates tasks, and consolidates uh, outputs into a final response. For example, an investment advisory multi-agent system might include agents specialized in financial data analysis, research, forecasting, and investment recommendations. So similarly, a retail operations multi-agent would handle demand forecasting, inventory allocation, supply chain coordination, and pricing optimization. So this is something which you might want to check as well. So Amazon Bedrock Marketplace is a new capability that gives you access to over 100 popular emerging specialized foundation models through Amazon Bedrock. With this launch, you can now discover, test, deploy new models ranging from enterprise providers, specialized models for different languages, modalities, specialized domain models, research, alongside with Amazon Bedrock general purpose foundation models from onboarded providers. So you might want to check it out. So that's the marketplace. So Amazon Marketplace again, it gives you over 100. So as you can see, that's the model catalog. You have Claude, you have all those NVIDIA ones. Yeah, so you can browse through. Yeah, that's the Llama one. You can check out. Right, let's move on. So one of the key highlights during the Matt Garman's keynote was inviting Andy Jassy on the stage. That was pretty surprising, actually. So where he announced the new generation of state-of-the-art foundation models developed by Amazon that delivered frontier intelligence, industry-leading price performance, and available uh, exclusively in Amazon Bedrock. So it was quite interesting talk. So he came up and had basically talked about build sophisticated AI agents, talked about Amazon Nova Micro, Amazon Nova Lite, Amazon Nova Canvas, Nova Reels. It's basically pretty interesting. You guys want to check it out. So Amazon Bedrock has introduced in preview two capabilities which will help reduce the cost and also the latency of generative AI applications. So Amazon Bedrock Intelligent Prompt Routing, so or routing based on where you are, US or UK, routing. When invoking a model, you can now use a combination of foundation models from same model family to help optimize for quality and cost. For example, you can route between Claude's model family between Claude 3.5 Sonnet and basically Claude 3 Haiku, depending on complexity of prompt. This is particularly useful for applications such as customer service assistance, when uncomplicated queries can be handled by smaller, faster, and more cost-effective models, and complex queries can be routed by more capable models. Intelligent prompt routing can also reduce the cost up to 30% without compromising on accuracy. So Bedrock now supports prompt caching, so you can now cache your frequently used context in prompts across multiple model invocations. So this is especially valuable for applications that repeatedly use the same context, such as document Q&A systems, where users ask multiple questions about the same document, or coding assistants that need to maintain the context about code files. So this the cache contest remains available for up to 5 minutes after each access. Then prompt cache in Amazon Bedrock can reduce costs up to by 90% and latency by 85% for supported models. So, which is I think pretty useful. So, one of the keynotes I like is from Dr. Siva Subramaniam. So, it's basically announced four enhancements for Amazon Bedrock that streamlines how you can analyze data within the service. So basically, one with the Amazon Bedrock data automation, which is preview, but it's a fully managed capability of Amazon Bedrock that streamlines the generation of valuable insights from unstructured multimodal content such as documents, images, audios, and videos. With Amazon Bedrock data automation, you can now build automated intelligent document processing (IDP), image analysis, retrieval augmented generation (RAG) workflows quickly and cost effectively. So Amazon Knowledge Bases now process multimodal data to help build applications that process both text and visual elements in the document and images. So you can configure a knowledge base to parse documents using either Amazon Bedrock data automation or use foundation model as a parser. So pretty useful. Uh, Amazon Bedrock Knowledge Base now supports GraphRag, which is in the preview, now offers basically a first fully managed GraphRag capabilities. It enhances generative AI application by providing more accurate and comprehensive responses to end users by using RAG techniques combined with graphs powered by Amazon Neptune Analytics. So that's pretty useful on enhanced processing. If you want to check it out, check the blogspot more. Again, so last but not the least about the Bedrock, a new multimodal toxicity detection with image support in a preview landed for Amazon Bedrock guardrails. So this new capability basically detects and filters out undesirable image content in addition to the text, so helping you improve your user experiences and manage the model outputs in your generative AI applications. You can now use existing content filter policy in Amazon Bedrock guardrails. So to detect and block the harmful image contents across categories such as hate, insult, sexual, and violence. So you can configure thresholds from low to high to match your application needs. So this is, I think, pretty useful. I personally, I'll do some PSU on this one. I really like the way Amazon Thinking do basically, yeah, help support avoid this kind of content to the to the general public. So I think it's pretty useful to do. In addition to multi-modality, so Amazon Bedrock receives an update in the form of an independent API apply guardrail, so which allows your for evaluation of any inputs and outputs without invoking foundation models on Amazon Bedrock. So it means that you can apply guardrails also for models hosted on Amazon SageMaker for, or regardless the underlying infrastructure for local via API calls with Amazon Web Services SDK as well. So yeah, so the lot of Amazon Bedrock there. So this year, based on customer feedback, Amazon SageMaker Hyperpod received three important updates: flexible training plans, task governance, yeah, recipes. So you can want to check that out. But I want to be concise. I'm checking the time, so I want to keep it short. Yeah, I think the other announcement with Bedrock, a lot of generative voices, like six new synthetic voices support, English, French, Spanish, German, new AI service cards for advanced responsible generative AI, SageMaker partner AI apps, yeah, a lot of stuff. So I think that's the end. Yeah, that was a lot of announcements and yeah, ground to cover today. But I thought I'll keep it concise and I'll just keep it short and basically, yeah. Uh, I think that is all from my side, folks. So I just want to go back and check the chat again. So no, Chaba, I have some questions from Chaba asking if you have a chance to compare Nova and other models in Bedrock. No, I didn't, but I probably yeah try that out. Why not? Or what if I give you some? I'm not sure the credits apply for testing the Bedrock, but yeah, maybe it's a good idea to test it out. Thanks, Shaba. So, anything else, folks? You guys want to hear? I will drop the form here, feedback form. Please try to fill the form. It helps me. How we doing? And yeah, please fill the form. Give the feedback. I have some HashiCorp exam vouchers to give it away. I have some AWS credits. You want to play around with some of the new stuff which we discussed about, or if you want to play around with some of the container services, yeah, contact me. I will try to support you in any way I can as part of the community. So that's all, folks. Thanks for joining today. Happy reinvent recap, I guess, and I'm looking forward for your feedback. And yeah, see you in the next event, Dave. See you next time. Bye, guys. Have a good day.